Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and today we are starting a new series where I'm going to be showing you some of my favorite places that I like to fly around the world that are usually a bit more remote but are absolutely gorgeous areas to fly into. So hopefully you guys like this. Let me know down in the comments below. Let's get started. If you are interested in any of my tutorial guides for Microsoft Flight Simulator, or simply interested in supporting the channel, consider joining me on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides as well as any future guides that come down the road. Patreon link can be found in the description below. Alright guys, so first up is an airport that I discovered a while back when trying to get into some more of the firebombing missions when the fire drop option sort of first became a thing in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and now it's just one of my favorite places to fly. It's out in a remote area, it's absolutely gorgeous, and this is 6 Sierra Niner Stehekin State Airport. It's an absolutely beautiful airport and a beautiful region to fly into. It's a great place to take your small aircraft. It's a turf runway. It's got runway 13 and 31, only measuring about 2,600 feet and 80 feet wide. So you want to be cautious about which aircraft you take into it. But even though it's a turf airport, I have taken my Cessnas in here. I've even taken the Piston Duke in here. It's a wonderfully gorgeous area. And the nice thing is, because of the mountain ranges, it really gives it sort of a challenging approach as well. You really have to start paying attention, plot your flight well, plot your descents and things like that. So it's not just a matter of flying from A to B, but actually gives you more purpose and more drive to sort of plan your flight. Stehekin, I hope I'm saying this right, is on the northern tip of Lake Chelan in North Cascades National Park. The airport was initially constructed in the 1960s to provide access for firefighters to this particular region, as it has virtually no roads that provide any kind of access to it. The airport continues to provide a vital transportation link to the village of Stehekin, which only has a population of approximately 50 people in the winter and maybe 200 during the summer. So it's a very, very remote area, very, very gorgeous area. Camping facilities, for example, are specifically prohibited adjacent to the airstrip. So you're not allowed to park or camp next to it. You actually have to go out and wander in. This is sort of that place that I think I've mentioned it more times on my channel before, that I really love the idea of being on that show alone, where you just have to wander, figure out your own place and how to survive. It's just one of those things that really gets me. And these are the kind of areas that I absolutely love. You're not going to find any fancy towers here, things like that, but I absolutely recommend it, you guys. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous scenery. A lot of fun in VR, by the way, if you guys are VR pilots. But even if not, on the 2D spectrum, it's a blast to fly into. And again, all these airports are free, and a link to this will be down in the description below. Here's the final shot of this airport here. You guys can sort of see how it sort of comes into eye. One of the things I'd like to do is fly right through that mountain range up in front, seeing that lake or riverbed, I guess is what it would be, and just sort of skating through the low altitude. And then as I pop off the water, I'll usually climb up to my approach altitude, and it's just a gorgeous scenery. It's just one of those really cool, like, welcome to Jurassic Park, you know, as you come up over the top of it. Really, really pretty. The next one here is Kilo Charlie Hotel Bravo, or Chalice Bush Strip. Now, this one already exists in the sim. This is an enhancement to the already existing airport, and it's definitely an enhancement. But this is another absolutely beautiful place to fly in central Idaho in the United States. Again, places with green obviously have an appeal to me, given the fact that I live in Tucson, Arizona, so there isn't a whole lot of that particular color in this in this region of the country. But it's got the mountain ranges, it's got that climb of the altitude. You actually have to plot and pay attention while exploring the area and seeing an absolutely gorgeous region. And then if you use the bush strip aircraft, you know, something like you know what you're seeing there. Why am I not thinking of the damn name? Like the Kit Fox, for example, is the one that I most commonly fly from Parallel 42. Just an absolutely fun experience flying into this kind of a region. And what's really cool about it is, if you're like me and you like to immerse yourself in the situation, you like to sort of pretend, if you will, that you're actually flying home. You know, this is a really awesome experience because it gives that home feel. It doesn't give that airport feel. It's very much so that private strip, I'm coming home, blah, 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 working on the farm, whatever, in this case, the forest, right? But so here you can see the before shot. Gorgeous, gorgeous scenery. Again, before. Then the following. Lot of work, a lot of detail put into this, making it just an absolutely stunning approach. Small runway. You don't want to get into anything too big here. The one aircraft that handles this one really, really well, if you don't have many of the bush planes or they're not really your thing, a great plane for this one is actually the M20 Mooney, because it's got those speed brakes on the wings, and that thing will just fall out of the freaking sky. So it makes it a lot easier to stop it. But there are plenty of aircraft. If you know what you're doing, you know how to hit that reverse prop before you even touch the ground. I'm kidding. Don't do that. That's very dangerous. You guys can get the gist. But a really, really beautiful area. Even got a nice windsock over here to give you the direction of travel. But I really, really love flying into this. This is another one where it's really fun to come in from this region here when you come into the land. Even if you're not on the landing approach, it's fun to come down here, fly up across over the top, and then come back around and land it. And I usually park it next to the barn here. It's a lot of fun, you guys. This is a great place. Or the hangar, not the barn. I don't know why I'm so hung up on the farm thing right now, but apparently that's where I'm at. So again, this is Challenge Bush Airport in central Idaho. So it's up in the mountains. It's very, very remote. A gorgeous, gorgeous place to go and fly. Also, guys, I'm going to throw a selfless plug in here. And this was not sponsored by any means, but if you have the Parallel 42 camping kit, these are all great places to use that stuff as well. Here's a little bit of night lighting for you for these airports if you guys like to come in, although I don't know that I would ever want to come into this kind of a region at night. Make sure you have that IFR equipment and it is tuned well. But again, perfect lighting, absolutely stunning. A lot of hard work was clearly put into this. Again, link in the down description. So sticking around in Idaho, this is another map enhancement that has an absolutely wonderful enhancement. The features that were added to this were incredible, and the detail and the time and effort that was put into this. By the way, guys, most of these are also compatible for the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Most of them actually designed around 24, the ones that I'm flying these days. So this is a gorgeous rendition of U-72, Uniform 72. That's Upper Loon Creek. And again, this is part of the United States Forest Service is what this is primarily used for. It's used as a surveying location as well as just for me, an absolutely gorgeous place to come in and fly. I can get just about any aircraft that I want in here, minus the commercial birds, of course, but you guys can see the airport or the runway is still rather short, but much wider, so you don't have that restriction. So again, as long as you're comfortable knowing when you can stop that aircraft, you're good. The reason why I say you can get just about anything in, and I'm not saying this is legit or real world operation, but if you keep your aircraft low and slow, then once you cross over these get between these two trees here, you can pretty much bring anything to a stop, and most of the aircraft you're able to get off, back off the ground. Like I said, this is another one that I have brought the piston Duke into, and I specify the piston because obviously the turboprop, you can get the turboprop off out of an elevator, so it really doesn't matter when it comes to the turboprop. But again, very, very beautiful scenery, wonderful place to go and fly. And I cannot stress enough, all of these places are even further enhanced if you are flying in virtual reality. Okay, so this next one here is part of my attempt to broaden my horizons, if you will, and stop flying only in the United States. I have a really bad habit of that, other than going down to the Caribbean islands, which, so much is being left on the table. So not only am I trying to fly more overseas, but I'm trying to find more remote, again, gorgeous locations that are often overlooked or, not thought about. So this next one here is Echo November Romeo Limo, or Boverbru Airfield. Boverbru Airfield is located near the town of Jolvik, next to Norway's largest lake of Mjøsa. It's a small general aviation strip with a lot of charm. It's located in landlit country. This is a grass runway that offers a peaceful rural setting, perfect for VFR hops and bush flying, like you've seen sort of the pattern that we're going with here. So if you like the idea of exploring Norway, this is a wonderful place to start. The other thing is it's a great place to even bring the helicopters. There's multiple locations that were within reach of us rotor heads as well. But you guys can see that you've got quite a few different pieces of information that you guys can take as you're flying into this particular location. A lot of detail and effort was put into this one to bring the scenery to life and really brings out the overall region. An absolutely gorgeous area. Perfect for flying. Like I said, one of the things that I really do enjoy about this location is for helicopters, because there's so many gorgeous and uniquely identifying marks for the Norway region that I think a helicopter really does it a lot of justice in this one, or something like a high wing Cessna 172 or something like that, you know, depending on what you like to fly in that particular region of the world. But again, an absolutely gorgeous one. Now, to be concerned here, make sure that you guys keep in mind that the runway is only 969 feet and only 98 feet wide. So it is definitely one of those ones, be on your game when it comes time to land. So the next one here takes us back to Canada. Again, as I've mentioned before, I really like that show alone, so I hung around Vancouver Island a lot, did a lot of flying up over there, and then it really started getting me on the hunt for more remote regions in Canada, and it offers some absolutely stunning areas. So this is Middle Forks Cabin, or Bravo Bravo 1 Papa, in the Canadian Rockies. It's an absolutely gorgeous region. Again, you guys can see all the scenery and how beautiful that is back there in the back. Really, really well done. Love the animation, the life that's been brought to this scenery. You know, it really brings out that really gorgeous environment and serenity of the scenery that I look for when I fly these kind of flights in Microsoft Flight Simulator. You know, when I get into that mindset, it's more of a way for me to relax. It's a chill thing. That's why I don't do a lot of videos on them. When I'm usually flying these are usually just flights for me, clearing my head, sort of relaxing, you know, and enjoying the sim, you know, when I can, you know. It's you know, I don't get a whole lot of time to do those kind of things, so when I do, I try to find areas like this. So this is my first set of the series. Let me know what you guys think. If this is something that you guys enjoy, if you guys find it to be appealing, let me know, man. Again, a link to these all of these will be down in the description below. These are all freeware airports. Some of them do require other libraries, but the instructions for their installation obviously are on their websites. And if you guys want me to continue this series, trust me, I have no shortage over the last couple of months of gorgeous remote places like this. You know, I know a lot of people do a lot of the reviews and advertisements for the big scenery airports, you know, Los Angeles, New York, Denver, things like that, you know, the large international airports. But I wanted to sort of start a series on the places where most people don't think of. And if you guys want me to continue this series, by all means, let me know. And as usual, stay safe and healthy. And I'll see you in the next one, folks. Take care.